Okay, YouTube, this is Sparky Z911. I'm posting up some videos on some new gun cam mounts. Got some ideas from some other YouTubers. Throwing it out there with what I made. I know a lot of people are saying just standard scope rings that mount to a 1913 rail. Figure out how to fab it up. I just used some 1.5-inch piece of angle iron I had laying around the garage, which I think if anybody's watched my other videos, you've seen that I use it on some other stuff in the automotive section. Just went out and bought some cheap $10 scope rings. I don't even know what brand they are. I think they're just like Traditions or Walmart mount. They're medium high. Mounted them on an AR-15. Just put them together. As you can see there, just put the plate in on one side of the ring, so that way you can still use any rail mounted optics. And you can see I've got the sights, backup sights up as well, just to show that you can use it in tandem. It does kind of block the picture a little bit, your sight picture, but you can use it all in tandem. And on the front I just have a True Glow single point red dot mounted up in front of the receiver area. And the gun cam videos that I've posted, this is the actual camera I've used. It's a JVC hard drive camera. I'm actually using my cell phone to record this video. Nice thing about having a quad rail on an AR is you can use pretty much anything with it. I've mounted this on the top and mounted it to the left. You can actually mount it, take off the rings, flip it around 180 degrees, and the camera mounts on the other side, and the screen itself here actually sits right in line, right above your sighting area, right in here. So if you can kind of get a ballpark idea of what you're looking at and get it scoped in a little bit, you can kind of use it as a pseudo sighting system if you wanted to. The ball mount you see on the side here is from in-car mount that attaches to a suction cup and an arm that I bought at like Best Buy for like 12 bucks. I think the brand is called Sure Pack on it. You don't have to use one of these. I actually had this camera mounted in my truck on that arm, but I found it a lot easier just to take a piece of Velcro, stick it to the dashboard. If you don't want to go out and buy something like a little mount thing like this with thumb screws and all that stuff on it, you can just use the standard 1/4 inch by 20 mount for a tripod with some washers on it. The only problem is you do lose some of your mounting options. With the setup I've got here, I can mount this thing on the top, and I can mount it left side or right side. I can mount it on the side rails, left and right, if I want to. And again, you can take this, rotate this around 180 degrees, and the camera sits on the other side of it. And you can actually use the screen as a kind of a sight, if you will. I will say that camera is kind of heavy to be having on this gun. I would recommend something smaller, about the size of a cell phone. I know a lot of people use the GoPros or the Contours or the flip cameras. That would probably work a lot better than this. I haven't had any issues because this is a hard drive camera. As you see my other videos, I've put quite a few rounds through it, rapid fire, and it hasn't destroyed the camera or made the hard drive protection kick in where it shuts off because of the shock or drop. It does, for all intents and purposes, just work if you're just screwing around. If you're definitely wanting something more professional, I would recommend going with a GoPro or maybe a Contour and maybe a little bit better mount system. This is just something had some angle iron farting around in the garage and figured, hey, let's give this a try. So post some comments, tell me what you think. Give me some suggestions if anybody can come up with something that may work just a little bit better than this. But overall, minus the price of camera, gun, and everything else, and this mount right here with the 2 sets of rings, this little piece of angle iron and the screws, I've got under $10 in the mount itself. Now that doesn't count the little thumb screw piece over here That's just the bolt, the washers, this piece of angle iron, and these two scope rings right there. I got under 10 bucks in that. Some of the other ones I've seen out there are going for hundreds of dollars, so can't beat the price for just something cheap and easy and quick. Again, got any suggestions, got any comments? Post them up and I'll maybe throw up another response or two. And as I get more in the future, I'll post them up.